Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Illustrator tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about compound shapes and compound paths. We talked about some basic drawing shapes and things that you can do in uh, you know Adobe Illustrator, but it's time to move on to some complicated stuff. And they are really useful. They might sound compound and complex, but they really make compound tasks very easy and complex tasks very easier and simpler than they actually would be if you use the basic tools for them, or you use drawing them yourself. So to start off, first of all, these are two okay, objects that are circles. For example, these whole drawings I have created them with the basic drawing tools, and if you have followed along with this tutorial from the beginning, you already know how to create these by now, so I trust you with that. So if you overlap them both and select them and hit Ctrl A on the keyboard, then as you can see, the place where they were intersecting, that is cut off and they are joined into one shape. And now it's not two shapes, not two circles, it's just one shape, and with that place in the middle being removed. Okay, you can of course adjust them like this and put them here. Now to do that with keyboards, there is of course options available, but there is its own panel specifically designed to do this, that is called Pathfinder. Or you can click Shift plus Control and plus F9 on the keyboard to bring it up. Here it is. So these are the commands that it can do in here. Okay, these are the shape modes that you can create with it. Okay, so the first option is that if you put two objects with each other, and the one that is on top of the other, for example the blue one, light blue one, here it is on top of this pinkish color, so and you select them both and click on this option, it's going to unite them with this color, taking the place of the entire object. For example, let me put this a little bit higher like this, so that the shapes are totally looking like one. Okay, so when we click it, it unites them into one shape like this. The second one is intersect. Now what does this option does is that it minus, actually it does not answer, it minus the first shape from the other shape. Actually the shape that is on top of the first shape is cut from the shape that is underneath it. Okay, so when you select them out like this and click on this command minus front, then it cuts into the other shape. You can do this again and again. Okay, I'm going to do that a little bit later. The same is true for these shapes. If we put them together like this, for example, okay, like this, I just want to make a interesting shape, and the place where they are intersecting, this place is going to remove, and the rest of the stuff is going to be cut out. Actually, first of all, I'm going to select both of them. As you can see, the place where they were only intersecting, if I control Z, you can see that remained and the rest of the stuff was removed, and now it's combined to one shape. Okay, and the last one is the exactly opposite of the first shape, or the intersecting shape. Okay, let me put this like this with each other, and now we select them both and click on this option which says exclude. Then it removes the remaining part and it changes it into this shape. Although they seems to be separated from each other, not united, they are still one shape, and this is why it's called a compound shape, because compound shapes or shape modes like these, they are joined into one shape no matter how many of them are there. So you can do these things like this. I'm gonna control Z the last one, so because I want to show you something else also. Okay, now if you want to combine them again like this with this first option, which is unite, but if you hold down the Alt key on the keyboard and then click on it, okay, first of all I have to select it, then if you click on it, they are combined with each other, but as you can see their parts are still remaining, and now they still look like one. But if we move them like this, okay, I will create two copies of them. Okay, I cannot control them the way I want it to, but the point is that the shapes inside them are still there. They can be still manipulated if later needs arrived. So with the Pathfinder panel, you can create this sort of compound shapes, and they look really nice if you know in the hand put some thought into them and try to create shapes that are like of some complicated complex drawing that needs experimentations or something else. Then they would be really otherwise time consuming. But with the Pathfinder panel, you can easily create these sort of shapes and combine them into one another, and then they would yield unexpectedly pleasant results, and make your job even more beautiful and worthwhile working in Illustrator. So with that said, I take my leave from you guys and hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and hope to see you in the next one. Until that time, goodbye.